Well, welcome in, you filthy animals. It's 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, so you know what that means. It means that from coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, we're live, baby. Go ahead and Spartan kick that like button. Do it for me just one time, please. Normally, I schedule these live streams, at least the morning of. In this case, I did it, 30 minutes beforehand. Procrastination at its finest, guys. At its finest. But that does mean that a bunch of people don't know that we're going to be live today. So if you would be so kind, so helpful as to Spartan kick the like button for me, just once. Greatly appreciate it. My friends, I'm excited. Missed the last live stream. I know. I've been missing a few here or there for the last couple of months. It's been crazy. Got set up in the new house. Lots of stuff going on. Been trying to get back in the flow of posting stuff, posting new content. New content is out, by the way. If you want to see me commit the heinous act of dulling a factory edge on an $850 knife, come on, damn you, focus. It doesn't want to focus. It's my Cortex XL. So yeah, most recent episode is on the TS Prof Cadet Pro, where I put my money where my mouth was, because how could I talk about an expensive knife sharpener like $500? When I recorded it, they were on sale for $425, and I thought that was expensive. Keep in mind, the most expensive knife sharpener that I've used up until now has been a modified version of the Work Sharp Precision Adjust, the $50 one that I added some pieces from Gritomatic to, and it worked well, but it's not fancy, right? It's not like precision. It's not like precision is in the name, but it's kind of like when precision, or like you go to the dollar store and you see the labels that say premium, gourmet, gourmet. Never trust those, by the way. If you're at the dollar store and you see something that's labeled as gourmet, dog food. It's dog food. I take that back. We would be so lucky if dog food could be found at the dollar store in any format. Guys, I'm excited to be here. But regardless, new episode out now on TS Prof Cadet Pro. I sharpened this guy, the $850 Cortex XL. Gosh, it does not want to focus. Come on. There it is. Boom. I love this knife. This is one of my top two knives in my collection. Love this guy. Even more so now that I've got it like laser sharp. I'll show you guys once we get to the Only Spartans Discord and we start doing the pocket checks. I uploaded a video because I know some people are skeptical, like, okay, you sharpened it, but like, was it worth it? Yes. Yes. It was one of the few things that I wasn't a big fan of on the Cortex XL was the factory edge. And these are like semi-custom mid-tech knives. Craig Brown, an amazing knife maker. He does the sharpening and the grinding, both the primary and secondary bevels himself. But you will never get as good of an edge on a belt as you can get on a diamond stone. And there is no one that can convince me otherwise. I've looked at the cut test data. The cut test data is out there. You just can't. Like, you can get a really good belt ground edge. But it's not going to top a really good hand ground edge. I'm sorry. I might have to convince people. I know some people are skeptical. That's okay. We're going to say hi to good people in the chat. What's up, Marco? I just had the stream, I had the stream scheduled 30 minutes ahead of time, and he's still first. He's still first in the chat. What's up, Marco? Good to see you, man. Welcome into Cat Scratch, another channel member in the house. Dolomite. We got Vavelsky, Laid Off Pete, Jim Miller. What's up, Jim? Thank you for not only being a channel member, but also a channel mod and a pillar of the knife community. Thank you, good sir. All right, we're gonna keep saying hi to the people. Ed B in the house. He says, I'm not a knife-aholic. Ed, we're here today, your friends and family, because we're concerned. I'm concerned that you haven't bought any Spydercos lately. Gosh. Laid off Pete. What's up, Ed? He says, finally got my hands on the Utectic EFD. I'm honestly very, very impressed. You know, I feel like Utectic, if I'm not mistaken, Utectic is the Liang Ma brand, right? I want to say that everyone liked Liang Ma, and then Liang Ma like fell off the wagon and he went after Neves Knives, and he said some very, very personal things because Neves didn't give him a good review on the field duty, because for one, it took forever for the pre-orders to fill, like it was over a year. And for two, the detent was hogwash. It was super soft, like Charmin Ultra Soft. And apparently Liang Ma thought that was because he had refused to send him one for free as a review unit. But Neves wouldn't do that. He wouldn't just bag on somebody just because they, didn't send him a review unit. He gave his honest opinion, and he took it personally. And the community saw that, and it was not pretty. It was not pretty. So I feel like the community, like the hardcore community, like you guys that hang out in the live streams and go bounce from channel to channel, I feel like we all kind of canceled him because that was a dick move. Like, let's be honest for a second. That was a dick move. But the truth is, Liang Ma is a hell of a knife maker / designer. It is what it is. So all of that is to say that I'm not surprised that it's a very good knife. Not surprised in the slightest. Anyways, laid off Pete, thank you for riding with the channel for 8 months. Spartan, kick that like button now. Do it now. I need new sound effects. I keep meaning to get new music and new sound effects, and then I get busy and life happens. Mick Ranger, what's up, man? Good to see you. How's it going? All right. We've got, hey, Craig Vincent, what's up, man? Thank you for being a channel member. What's up? Welcome into Rootster. Sierra Rick says, evening, what's that on your upper lip? I like it. So I've mentioned this in the past. I grow facial hair. I just don't grow facial hair very well. What you're seeing is what happens when I'm so busy that I just don't shave for like a week. So yeah, I got some facial hair going on. It was you know what, like I did not have time to do a full shave, so I just kind of shaped it a little bit. I don't do the derma roller thing, like I feel like that if the good Lord wanted me to have facial hair, he would have just like not given me patches, right? So normally that's why I go clean shaven, because like I still have, like, I'm turning 35 in like a month, and I still get patches, and that's why I shave it. Is like, if it doesn't look good, then it doesn't look good. And I've let this grow for like 6 months in the past, and the patches still didn't clear up. So people are like, why can't you be like Tri-State? Why can't you just grow a big bushy beard / mustache? What's wrong with you? I don't know. I was born this way. Forever baby faced, I guess. But yeah, just haven't shaved in like a week and a half. I cleaned it up earlier today. All right, welcome into David V. Welcome into Hag90. What's up? Laid off Pete says he can be crappy as a person, but the knife speaks for itself. Listen, I understand this sentiment very well. I have one singular Greg Medford knife, and people hate that I love that knife. I haven't reviewed it because I just know, like, it does not matter what I say about the Praetorian. It doesn't matter if I talk about the painstaking, measures that Greg Medford's team takes to make sure that everything is as good as it can be. It doesn't matter if I talk about the quality or anything like that. The moment I post that video, it's just going to be like, I'm unsubbing because you reviewed a Greg Medford and didn't say blah, blah, blah. Look, I don't need to post a video to know that people would auto hate. And lately, I've been running into the viewership. I've been running into the viewership that does not even watch the content. They just read the title or look at the thumbnail, click on it, hit pause, and then type out their comment like, just because. Ran into that on this guy when I did my TS Prof Cadet Pro review, because like I said, I destroyed the edge to find out. And one guy came in, he's like, that's peak clickbait. I attracted the clickbait police. But it was in the title. I said I destroyed the edge to find out. But apparently that was clickbait. And that's just the tip of the iceberg, guys. That's how I know that I've made it, because I officially have the haters. They're super fans. Whatever gets the people going, I guess. This is what it is. Once people know you exist, they'll just bag on your videos and your titles just because they can. Anyways, regardless, the whole point is, yeah, you can. A great knife can be made by a questionable person. 100%. 100%. What's up, Don Farmer? Good to see you, man. Welcome in. That's Don Farmer from DNK Knives. Guys, unless you've been living under a rock, go check out DNK Knives. You know what? We might just check it out during the live. Still got to say hi to everybody else, though. So, welcome in. Did I say hi to Hag90? Did I say hi to Paul Mills? Did I say hi to B Devious? What's up, man? Welcome into Mike. Good to see you. Sean Weiss in the house. What's up, Sean? What's up, Ground Fog? I'm on the edge. What's up, man? Thank you for being a channel member. He says the button lock on my new Quechua Griffin V3 fell out last night. What? Isn't the Quechua Griffin, isn't that a button compression lock, or is that just a regular button plunge lock? I haven't experienced that knife yet. Sean Weiss says that Cortex you held up is probably my favorite knife. I love it. I really do. But I have this nervous tick in my head when I have an amazing knife in my hand, but the edge isn't good enough for me. Like, I feel like the ultimate test of a knife is how well does it cut, right? And we've got one of the best, deepest hollow grinds known to mankind, done by hand by a master craftsman. Craig Brown is a master craftsman. Say what you will about his heat treat process, because he does heat treat these softer than most people would like. 60 to 61 Rockwell on MagnaCut is not great. Honestly, it's not great. It's not awful. It's not awful. It's just not great. It's not the best that you can get out of MagnaCut by any stretch. That said, things like the finish work, the primary bevel, or this hollow grind here, is insane. The finishing work here is amazing. So this is one of my favorite knives. I would say top 2. I mean, I also love the Koenig Mini Goblin, so we'll say top 3. Please don't make me pick between my top 3 knives. They're not going anywhere. I'm not selling them. I refuse. It's amazing, though. Love the Cortex XL. Matt, what's up, Matt? Matt D. Good to see you, Matt. Welcome in, man. Let's go. Ed B has been a channel member for 19 months. He says, new poll. Do we want to see Rolls sans the hat? Guys, I've done a hat. I've gone hatless before in a video, and everyone like ran scared from the room. The only thing you would see is, like a lot of widow's peak. I got a deep forehead. I got a really bad widow's peak. Male pattern baldness without all the facial hair. Go figure. Cursed on 2 fronts. Because usually people that have that are really balding, a lot of times they got good facial hair, like think Jason Statham. I'm no Jason Statham. I can't get the grizzled look. I try, but I can't. John Blackman, thank you for being a channel member. Welcome in, man. He says, "What's up, dude? We're just chilling. We're saying hi to all the good people in the chat." Drinkwater says, "Leon Ma and Medford should do a." The community is not ready. The community is not ready. But you know, I guarantee you it'd be one hell of a knife. You know, say what you want. Like, the thing that gets me is that everyone was big on Medford knives, and then all of a sudden, you know, like he did his Greg Medford thing where he says things that everyone finds offensive, and he did that so frequently that he just kind of became known for being the offensive guy. I'm just gonna leave it there. But if Greg Medford never got on camera and never tried to design a t-shirt, I guarantee you he'd be considered one of the premier top knife makers in the United States. But he had to go and open his mouth, and a lot of people didn't like what they heard. And that's fair. In the court of public opinion, when you open your mouth, that's what you set yourself up for. Mick Ranger, thank you for being a channel member for 8 months. He says, "Thanks for the awesome content." Hey, thank you, man. I'm glad that you guys still enjoy it. I enjoy making it. Sean says, interesting info. How do you feel about the Protean? I feel like I need one. It's on my grail list. It's near the top of my grail list. I'm always a day late and $1 short. But with these things, I usually try to save up some money, and then I just, when I see stuff become available, I go for it. So that means that, you know, I could get something high on the grail list. I could get something lower on the grail list. It's on there. It's very expensive. They're very small batch and they go very quickly. But you guys who follow that know that. Oh my goodness, we got Remet in the house. Shout out to Remet for gifting 5 channel memberships. And the $5 super. Hey, thank you, Remet. Thank you so much. And welcome into another live stream. Says, "Good evening, everyone. Nice to meet you all." Yeah, we're no strangers, Remet. You know we love you on this channel. And you know, I've been showing this off in the Only Spartans Discord. The Two-Face is available, guys. And if you want to see my video on this, stay tuned, because I've got a review coming out on this within the next 24 hours. It's recorded. I've already recorded it. I've done the photos. I just need to edit it. And then my review on the brand new Remet and Osho Designs Two-Face is going to be live. And it's a really good one. It's a really good one. In the meantime, these are available on the Remet website. So I thought now would be a good time to mention that, the Remet Two-Face. Good to see you, Remet. Welcome in. All right. Sever7, what's up, Sever? He says, "I've watched Medford. I don't find him offensive. Seems like a normal old guy." Gen X. He should change the name of his company to Gen X. It's like Extreme Gen X. Extreme Gen X. I know. I just offended like half the audience. Every time I see Medford, I always think that he could be the Gen X poster boy. I know I just offended a bunch of people by saying that. As a millennial, though, I'm used to offending the previous generation. It happens. But at least I'm not nearly as offensive as, you know what? I'm just not going to go there. We're just not going to go there. We're not going to go there. Splitting Slice says, "I resemble that remark." Oh, man. Remet says, "The one in your hand is the special blue baked version." So yeah, this one is really cool, because this is it doesn't show. I've been carrying this a lot, and so my hands have kind of dulled the ano. But it has almost a purple hue to it, and you see it more on like the pocket clip. But it's beautiful, guys. It's beautiful. Dual ground. It's a dual ground blade. Check this out. Dual ground blade, high flat ground in the front, and then a hollow in the back. And you got plenty of space on both sides of that grind. It's got a full length backspacer, which is crowned, which means that it's very comfy in the hands. Like the backspacer actually lends to the ergonomics. I want to go into more detail, but I got a good video on this guy coming out soon. And if you don't like front flippers, that's fine, because you'll also be able to take the flipper tab and move it to the back. That's why they call it the two-face. So stay tuned. I've really been enjoying this one. The Remet two-face is hot. It's so hot right now. I like it. I like it. Remet says, has anyone seen the surface of the Remet two-face knife in the blue grilled version? I'm not sure. That's not this one? Is it this one? The surface of the Remet two-face knife in the blue grilled version. I don't know. I don't know. Jim says Greg is also good to talk to as long as he stays off his soapbox. Greg, just stand there and look kind of pretty. Just don't. Just. He needs someone to stand there and just tap him on the shoulder every time he's about to, put his foot in his mouth. Or not. You know what? I feel like he's fought for this country. He's probably stood on his laurels long enough. If anyone has the right to speak their mind, like we live in a free country, but if anyone has the right to speak their mind, it's a military veteran. And that's the wonderful thing about the United States is that even if you don't like the opinions other people have, they still have the right to those opinions, no matter what they are or how offensive they are. And that's one of the great principles of the United States. So there it is. Remet says blue grilled stonewash finish. Interesting. Because this one to me has a purple hue to it. Let me see. Maybe I can clean my greasy mitts off of this real quick, because I dulled the ano on accident just by carrying it a lot. Like the natural oils of your hands will naturally dull the ano finish on knives, on titanium that's been anodized. So I'm going to see if I can just clean that up real quick. Do one of these guys. See if I can showcase, because to me it's like a purple hue. My light might be too warm. It might be too warm. A shout out to Remet for another 5 gifted memberships. And congrats to Aaron D, Splitting Slices, Diamond Cut Steel, Harry Perrin, and Knife Nut 69, who were all gifted channel memberships. Thank you so much. Michael says, very true. People can be whack jobs, but that is their right in the U.S. Yeah. Now, not all speech is protected speech, right? Like yelling fire in a crowded movie theater isn't protected speech. But, we officially have the right to offend whoever we'd like. And they have the right to feel however they want about that. It's a two-way street. Anyways, guys, what's interesting is that here we are talking about it. This was actually in my pocket today. I carried 2 knives. I carried the Remet two-face, and I carried the Craig Brown Cortex XL. Phenomenal carry. Absolutely phenomenal carry. What was in your pocket? Let me know in the chat. Or if you're in the Only Spartans Discord, head on over to the Only Spartans Discord and post a picture of your pocket check for the live stream. We're going to get into that here in a second. Not coffee, it's water. Got to stay hydrated. Anyways, let's do this. Earlier, we had Don Farmer in the chat. Don might still be in the chat, but I mentioned DNK Knives. Now, I don't have any affiliate links with DNK Knives or anything like that, but D&K Knives is an awesome supporter of the community. And so we're going to go ahead and check out their website in case you haven't seen it before. Boom, here it is. This is dnknives.com. They carry a lot of different brands, a lot of really well-known brands, like Buck, like Bradford, Phoenix, Civivi, Microtech. They've got a lot. They got USA made knives. They got knives made overseas. A lot of great options over at D&K Knives. For example, you can click on Made in America. Boom. And look at all the American made knives. And sometimes they take some consignments, which are really cool too. Like we got some Heretic. We've got Kershaw. Let's see. Kershaw Livewire. Ooh. I don't think I didn't see this. That Kershaw had a reverse. I didn't see that Kershaw had a reverse Tanto blade shape. I really like that. That looks really aggressive. That looks really aggressive. We got some microtech. What else? 11 pages. 11 pages of a USA made knives. That's a lot. Scarab 2 Gen 3. Look at that. We've got some zero blade tolerance microtechs. That's cool. We've got some Olamics. Very nice. Ooh. Protech Mordax. I wanted one of these for a while. Oh, they got some Three Rivers in there. Look at that. Got one of my favorite American made knives. I've got the Neutron 2 in lizard skin titanium for $380. I spent like $440 on mine. They've dropped in price, which is really, really crazy, but definitely a good deal. $380. Anyways, guys, dnknives.com. Go check them out. I mention them because they're always supporting the community. They're one of those who are always watching the videos, commenting, joining the live streams. They help out content creators like myself, and whether they are large or small, D&K Knives is definitely a company worth supporting because they also in turn support the community and they're a part of it. So if you didn't know, now you know. Check out D&K Knives. But I was going to see, I'm pretty sure the Remet 2-Face is in stock now. I really hope it is because I'm about to release my video. There it is. There it is. So this is the one that I have. See how that has more of a purple hue than mine? That's because I've been carrying this so much that the oils on my hand have dulled the ano. But it's really cool because it's got this stonewashed purple finish that I think looks absolutely fantastic. And they're on sale right now for the release. So right now they're on sale $265. It's a fantastic price. M390 dual ground, titanium handle scales, reversible pocket clip. I know you might not see that, but it is actually a reversible pocket clip. And of course you can change the flipper tab out. So guys, I guarantee you what's going to happen here. The moment these start hitting review channels, because I guarantee that review channels are going to want to get their hands on this. The moment they start hitting review channels, these are going to sell out very, very quickly. It's just a really impressive knife. It's very, very nice. So I would say, don't wait for that to happen. Because without a doubt, my video will release and then other channels' videos will release. And then people will come and lament and be like, they sold out before I could get one. And I'll be sitting back like I tried. Okay, I tried. Very, very cool. Osho design, highly underrated designer. It's It's really, really cool knife. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and check out the Only Spartans Discord and see what was in everybody's pocket today. So hold on. Just got to scroll up to the top. Where is it? Where's the top? Am I in the pocket check live stream? I think so. The ninth. Okay. starting off with Nick T. Nick T's got the Riot TSF and the tactile tie pen with the Seiko watch. Very nice. I like that hand satin finish. Hand satin finishes always look so good. It's very clean, and I like how it's all framed around this this hang as well. The Pond's coming in with his customary Warny Wednesday at work. He's got the Concept Main Street and the Spyderco Indella. Very nice. Vavelsky. Vavelsky with the TSA carry. He made it through TSA. He's not going to end up on Metal Complex's TSA videos. That's great. I like it. I like it. He made it through security. You bandit. You maverick. Ooh. Those look real though. And that steak looks good. Steak and beans. You're at a barbecue, aren't you? Happy Blacks barbecue. Is that what it is? Fairy Blacks? I can't read that. What's the name of that? What's the name of that barbecue? Looks good. It looks good. I don't know. I can't really read the name of that barbecue, but it looks good. 747, he's got the Big Brown Bear and Craig Brown to round out the carry. No blades were harmed by coffee mugs. The Big Brown Bear Manix 2, which are heavily in stock everywhere now, in CPM 15V, and then the Cortex XL. And you know what? Like I also carried this today. We'll get to my pocket check in a second because it's actually a video. Gas Station Knives says I would rather have had the regular Rosie, but I won an XL auction after years of trying to win an opportunity. It's giving Protean and Fugitive strong competition. Ooh, that is quite the claim. The Prince Customs Protean is one of those super high level mid-tech / custom knives that everyone wants, myself included. And then of course the Rosie, or excuse me, the Fugitive, the Skiff Fugitive is also an incredible knife that everybody, myself included, also wants. This is the hype is justified. I will definitely be getting a regular size Rosie. Love my RMX 2, but didn't like it as an auto. That's a good looking Rosie. I like that. Which light is that? Which light is that? I don't know. All right. So this is, I just wanted to show you guys the reason why I sharpened it. I wanted to make this knife. I wanted to make this knife super sharp. And I did my video, and then I realized after I did my video that I didn't really truly put it to the test. If you want to test how good your edge geometry is, try cutting a paper towel at all. And I know some people might look at what I'm about to show here and be like, well, you were holding the paper towel taut. It doesn't matter if you hold a paper towel taut. If you can cut a paper towel cleanly without ripping or tearing, you have good edge geometry, and it's very sharp. Very, very sharp. So it's not the super most cleanest paper towel cut ever, but it's pretty damn sharp, guys. So I gotta say, the stock edge on the Cortex XL is perfectly fine. It's a perfectly serviceable edge. For most people, it won't matter because most people won't actually carry these. They'll get them and then they'll they'll fidget with them. And then, 3 months from now, when the next super grail is made, they'll go on Knife Swap and say, never cut or carried. Give me full value. And they'll go on and do the, and there's no shade to people that do that. But my point is that I'm someone that carries every single knife, especially this one. So if I'm carrying this knife, I want it to be sharp. I want it to perform well. I can't have it getting outperformed by, some of my budget knives that just, especially when it was designed so well with such an amazing hollow grind. So if you want to know the truth behind why I use this in my TS Prof video, it was so that I could go ahead and give it the edge that a knife this epic truly deserves. And if it can cut cleanly through a single sheet paper towel, it is sharper than anybody has any need for. It's really freaking sharp. Craig Brown, he's got the FM1. He's got the Spectre. I'm not familiar with this guy over here. That's a nice Hawksbill blade, though. He's got the Swift 3, the Pariah 3. He's got a knife called the Frenzy, which I'm not familiar with. He's got the Cold Steel 8010 and the Cold Steel 8015 Light. That's a hell of a carry, and we've seen the evidence. He actually does carry all of those knives. He's posted pictures before. So I know his belt puts in work. All right. Ed's got the model. He's got the Blade Runner Outpost Model 1, American Blade Works Model 1, Warncliffe. Very nice. I had one. I sold it. Do I regret selling it? Yeah. Every time Ed posts a picture of his American Blade Works Model 1 with the 80s camo carbon, I regret having sold mine. Dazed, he's got a Military 2, Spyderco Military 2 that has a not a reblade, but a regrind on that blade. Look at that. That is crazy. Or is that a reblade? Or is it a regrind? I think it's a regrind. That's a regrind, right? Or is that? I don't know. Dazed, if you're out there, man. Is that a regrind or a reblade? I think it's a regrind. I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times in the pocket check. Cat Scratch, he's got a couple Striders. Look at that. He's got the double gunner grip SNG, and then up at the top, he's got another SNG. Gosh, I still need one of those. Also on my grail list, the Strider SNG. TC Blades, he's got the Grimsmo Norseman in RWL 34, the Concept Daco, and the CJRB Perfect Locust in S90V. Ooh. Look at how classy that Grimsmo is, just in the background. I mean, they're all classy. Concept and CJRB are doing some great work these days. That's looking good. Solid photo, too. Put my pocket check photos to shame, I'll tell you what. Jim, another model. Between Jim and Ed, you guys are just making me have a lot of regret today about the fact that I sold my Model 1 Warncliffe. Looking good. Model 1 Warncliffe, Blade Runner Outpost exclusive. Finch Hellfire Ares EDC Rock Hopper. And every one of those knives gets used. Drinkwater's got the brand new Spyderco Smock. This one has I believe it's supposed to be a satin finish on those aluminum handle scales. Larger pivot. I have to say, I have the old school version and the new school version. The new school version feels like it has a snappier tuning on the detent. Let's see, Jim Cox, he's got... Come on, Jim, you know the deal. You've got to let me know what it is. You gotta let me. How will I? Okay, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. He's got the. That's a Lynch Northwest. I don't think that's the all access pass pry bar. I think that is the. It's not. It's the other one. It's not the all access pass. It's a Lynch Northwest pry bar. He's got the attention to detail. It's a medium mercantile. Is that what they call it? He's got the Olight Arkfeld Ultra, and I believe this one right here in the middle has got to be a Chavez TAK utility knife. Did I get that right? Is that the TAK utility? Chavez TAK utility. Here I am. I swear that's a Chavez. I'm probably wrong. Probably wrong. Be devious with the micro Jimbo. Oh, it's so cute. It's in 15V. Oh man, I bet you that's one hell of a knife though. That's the Yojimbo has really good cutting geometry. You know, unless you are skinning something, you never want to try to skin something with a Wharncliffe. It's just not going to work out well. But the cutting power of a Wharncliffe is highly underrated. I bet you that's one hell of an EDC knife. The Matt D with the Monterey Bay Knives Sabertooth Focus Work side swipe pen and random bandana. See, your guys' pocket check photos really put mine to shame. That's a fantastic shot. Laid off Pete. He's got the Vosteed Marmoset, the Kershaw Bel Air, and the Miguron Carrix. Also a nice shot. You guys really step up your game. Gosh, I like that. All right. I have been missing out on the chat for a while, so we're going to take a quick break from this. I'm going to go ahead and check out the chat. Rootster says, how many knives do y'all carry on a normal day? On a normal day, 2. And usually it's just because I like carrying 2 knives. Sometimes I'll carry, like, for example, today, carried this guy, carried this guy. It's just what I wanted to put in my pocket. So on a normal day, I'll carry 2. Sometimes it's a smaller knife and a bigger knife. Sometimes it's a more expensive knife and a cheaper knife. Sometimes it's 2 expensive knives. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I'm like, you know what? I don't know which one I'd rather carry. I'll just carry them both. That's how it goes. Aha! Days says that it is a reblade, sir. Okay, I thought it was just a regrind. Reblade. Very nice. Thank you for confirming. What's up, B Shady? What's up, dude? Don Farmer says, I'm looking for a Rosie XL. The Rosies are hard to get. They're so hard to get. All right. I feel like I missed something. I'm going to scroll up for a second in this chat. I don't like scrolling up because then I see everything that I missed. Retro Ryan, what's up, man? He says, just bought a cedar, a Rob Johnson cedar. Congrats, man. That's one hell of a pickup. Rob Johnson's makes knives that everybody wants. All right. Welcome into YouTube Music Portal. All right. Kevin Smith and Knives, welcome in. Welcome into Todd Carr. Welcome into Brown Sugar. B. Devious says, rumor has it after cutting the paper towel, the edge needs to be resharpened due to low HRC from Craig Brown. I mean, I haven't had any, like, the last time I sharpened this was before I released the video. So I really like, it's been holding an edge fine. It's been holding an edge fine. I haven't done anything hard with it though. Like, and it's only been like, you know, it's only been like 4 or 5 days since I recorded the video. All right. All right. Going back down to the bottom of the chat. I missed a lot, but we're going to catch up right now. Hey, what's up, Jake? Good to see you, man. Laid Off Pete says, I feel like a buffoon. I legitimately forgot about Ma's response to Neves. Shaking my head. Dude, there's better things to keep in your head, okay? Like, I think about these things abstractly because, you know, when I find a knife that I really like, I'm not thinking as much about the guy behind it. Like, I don't want to know the skeletons in everyone's closet. I don't. I just want to enjoy the designs, right? And I think that's what bothers me the most when there is drama. It's like, you're taking away something that I love because you're making me focus on something that a knife is not. A knife is not the person that made it. It's just the knife. You know, the memories that I want when I think about a knife like this is, you know, the memories that came from carrying it, the things that I did with it, you know, the time that I spent sharpening it, the episodes that I made with it, my experiences around it, not the experiences of the person. Like, yes, I like knowing a bit about the people that make knives, but I don't want the personal info, right? Like, when we start seeing the skeletons in the closet, it kind of kills it for me. It's like when you go in the back of the restaurant and you find out how the sausage is really made. You're like, damn, no more sausage for this fat boy. No. Freaking Leon Ma's response to Neves knives was bad. He needed a wingman that was like, yeah, just don't do it. Don't do it. He needed somebody to hold him back, but there was nobody there. That's why friends are important. Your friends, you run something by your friends and they're like, don't do that. Just don't do that. Oh, man. What's up, Inball? It says, a whole new edge, strop won't do, it's toast. Interesting. What are we talking about? Hey, congrats. It says, picked up my first Shirogorov today. Very nice. I've been wanting to get one. And they are they're more readily available now than I've seen ever. For example, DLT. Oh yeah, I forgot. What's up next on their? Ooh, the new Dead Reckoning Knives. The new Dead Reckoning Knives. I might have ADHD. Do they sell out of their new blade shape? No, they still have some. Look at that. Ridgeback, glass, bead blasted MagnaCut, modified clip, 425 with aluminum. Ugh. I mean, they're in the same ballpark as Heretic knives, right? As far as the material composition. But I will say this, they do a mean version of a button lock. They do one of the best American-made button locks, and I'll stand by that. I love the fact that they use roller bearings. How do I feel about this new blade shape? It's a modified clip point. 8 inches overall, 3.2, 3.25 inch blade. MagnaCut. We know that they do MagnaCut right. They do MagnaCut like 62 to 64, I think, which is perfectly fine for me. Aluminum with, what is that inlay? What is that inlay? Turquoise aluminum inlay. That look. Are we sure that's not a camo carbon fiber inlay? It's kind of making me want another one. I had one. Oh yes, this is the one that I wanted. The Mars Valley Fat Carbon. I kind of like the skeletonized look too. There's a difference between, like, hear me out, because I know some of you guys out there who hate speed holes are like, I don't like seeing through the handles. I don't want to see through the handles. I get that. I totally get that. But when they do the skeletonizing, that's different. That is a whole different ball game. Whole different ball game. I'm not surprised that the Mars Valley version sold out so quick. And I say so quick like it hasn't been up all day. The ones that are left, let's see. Yep. Okay. Well, missed on that one. Johan Van Walt Custom Knives. I'm not familiar with Johan Van Walt. Is this truly a custom? Is it truly a custom? Where is it made? This is, okay, it's a double detent knife. That's why it's $350. Titanium number 49. So this is a non-locking knife for those who don't know. It's a double detent knife. South Africa. Okay. Ugh. Trying not to sneeze is rough. Rasta carbon fiber? That's wild. If only this was a locking knife. Is this one a locking knife? Yes, this one's a liner lock. Okay. Liner lock flipper. Not a big fan of the look of that micarta. Or no, that's custom carbon fiber. I'll say this. I'm not a big fan of the look of that carbon fiber. That carbon fiber kind of looks to me like micarta. Right? Or like a leather material. That does not look like carbon fiber. It can't be just me. Like that kind of looks like a leather handle almost. Like a leather micarta. Is that a thing? I don't think so. What else? Ooh, this one. Titanium thumb stud. Looks like this thumb stud doubles as a stop pin. That's kind of cool. I might have ADHD. We came here for a completely different purpose. And I got blown off course looking at this knife maker that I'd never heard of before. We came here because I was talking about Shiragorovs, right? Right. Got it. And they are readily available. Shirogorov. Shirogorov. The Ursus Quantum in beige G10. $600 for G10. It's a lot. It's a lot. Titanium with an orange G10 inlay. I just don't like the high vis orange, okay? I don't like high vis orange. This one's kind of cool with the curly birch inlay. That looks kind of cool. I like the Mishka textured titanium. I do. I think that titanium looks great. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity to modify that. Like you could send that to a knife modder, for example, and you could have them do like a satin polish on the raised pieces. So just on that, you know, the skin, like the dragon skin type texture on there, just do a satin finish on the top and leave everything else the stonewash blasted look. That would be really cool. You get some nice depth out of that. I love what they do with the pocket clip right there. It's great. $725 though. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. Anyways, Kevin Smith and Knife says, I watched you scrape it across the coffee mug and got pulled away. I need to go back and finish the video. You know what I need to do? I need to look at the analytics for that video and see if people just clicked out immediately. They're like, nope, or just skipped ahead. A lot of people probably just skipped ahead. Jaeger EDC says, have you seen the copper carbon fiber version of those? Of which knife? Of which knife? All right. Welcome in, Fred. What's up, man? Good to see you. All right. All right, guys. I'm going to go back to the pocket checks. I might have ADHD. I took a small break to get caught up on the chat, and then I got stuck looking at knives. That's kind of how it goes, though. Anyways, last one we looked at was Laid Off Pete's with the Vosti Marmoset, the Kershaw Bel Air, and the Miguron Carrix. Kevin Smith, he's got the Para 3 with the skinny scales. Whose scales are those? Those can't be Rips Garage Tech. Can they? Are those Rips Garage Tech diamond pattern scales? They might be. They might be. Or are those... Is that the diamond that's not from RG Custom Metalworks, is it? The diamond textured scales? I don't know. It might be. John Blackman, he's got that's a Yo Jumbo, right? Looks like a Yo Jumbo. And then, is that a Leatherman Arc? It is. I can see it right there. And of course, an Olight Baton 4 Pro. Dale Lane, he's got the custom Pen Tanto. Ooh, that's a good looking fixie. I love the look on those handle scales. It looks like it's got a nice carry patina. You could tell that gets handled a lot. It looks like a nice slicey blade geometry too. JJ Bladeworks or JC Bladeworks. Okay, so it's an M4 handmade by JC Bladeworks, handmade by J Cross. Micarta CPM M4. I'm gonna have to look into that. That looks like a damn good fixed blade. All right. Well, guys, that is the Only Spartans Discord. That is what channel members are carrying today. If you want to get in on the fun, there's been 10 gifted members out there today. If you're new to the channel membership, head on over to the posts section of my YouTube channel. Channel members can see an invite link there to get into the Discord. Once you're in, you're in. So if you want in and you want your pocket check featured on the live streams, join the Discord. Do it. Ron Dobbins, what's up, man? He says, have you seen this knife, the Monterey Bay Knives California OTF? If so, what do you think? I didn't know that Monterey Bay Knives made an OTF. All right, let's check this out. It's probably a super short because they're not allowed to have very long automatic knives out there. The CA OTF. I was right. It's not very long. That's cool, though. I don't think that's made in the U.S. Is it? No, can't be. I mean, it looks cool. I like what they did there with the ceramic carbon fiber. I'm pretty sure that's what that is ceramic carbon fiber. It looks wild. $125. Arctic Storm. Yeah, it's carbon fiber. Copper camo. Ooh, I like that one. Toxic Storm. 90s. I think my favorite is got to be the copper. I think that just looks good. It's a really good look for that. The handle scales are uninspired. It's an oval. It's an oval. I mean, the handle scales are not the most inspiring thing ever, but it is a clean aesthetic. And it's $125. For an OTF, that's really not bad. Really, really not bad. Yeah. I mean, it looks a little small, but because it's the California OTF, I get it. California does not like OTFs. But yeah, $125. I think it's definitely worth a look. What's up, Tom? Good to see you, man. He says, late comment on topic, but it is an added bonus when you respect the maker and the heart and soul they put into their knives. Yeah, absolutely. It takes a lot of time and effort to learn how to be able to make something like this. Whether you are using a CNC or a hand mill, or you're finishing things by hand or whatever. Like, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible to be able to make a knife like this. Or like a Praetorian. Like, people don't give Greg Medford enough credit as far as his skill goes. He's a very skilled knife maker. Ed B says, did you just say ovals are uninspired? Well, now we know that Ed's still here. Ed, you've been rubbing off on me, sir. Todd says, yeah, Rick, but for those that like them, nice that they're moving to USA made. Interesting. All right. All right. I can't help myself. We're going back to looking at knives. The drops. Ooh. Mini goblins are available. Nice. Herman knives are available. The Herman B number 93 in DLC. And M398 for $1,000. Ugh, so expensive. They've got a couple Herman B's. They've got an Ishtar. They've got this Herman Slim for $3,000. Dear Lord. Oof, that's expensive. So spendy. That's cool. Like, this is $2,700, but that's cool. I wonder what it was before the tariffs. We may never know. Tom Cook says American Blade Works is a good example. Yeah. You know, I'll say this about American Blade Works. They do an amazing job pricing, being the high competitor for quality American-made knives. But I've never handled a perfect American Blade Works knife. And by perfect, I mean I had one where it was a little off-centered and I could never get it centered. I had another one where it was a Wharncliffe, but it wasn't a perfectly flat Wharncliffe. It's really hard to do a perfectly flat Wharncliffe, by the way. Spyderco does, but Spyderco also, people take Spyderco for granted. Yojimbo, perfectly flat Wharncliffe. My American Blade Works Model 2, it was ever so slightly not flat. And most Wharncliffes are not, but that's one of them. And American Blade Works, they also have an early detent, which I just wish that they didn't have an early detent. But American Blade Works does an amazing job of continually getting better and better and better, and they haven't really raised their prices all that much. And so they're one of the top competitors for what you get out of an American-made knife. And as far as how they perform as a knife, they're fantastic. Dale Lane says, same with TRM. Oh yeah, TRM's quality, fit, and finish is next level. Did you guys see this? Speaking of TRM, check this out. Three Rivers, they're doing a revision B on the Bulldog. And you can do kind of a, I hate calling it a pre-order because they're shipping these out in a month, in 30 days. They're just basically letting people get their name on one. So check this out. TRM, like, I'm having a really hard time. $380. Look at these. Perfectly sculpted, contoured, and milled titanium handle scales. Those look beautiful. The revision B is all about this cutout right here. That looks, and I bet you money it performs miles better than the original Bulldog. But check this out. With the lizard skin titanium, oh, $395. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Now it says out of stock, available for back order. $395. That is actually a really good value. Contoured, milled, and sculpted American-made titanium. And I believe this one is going to be in 20 CV. Yeah, well, it says 20 CV or MagnaCut. Interesting. Honestly, Wouldn't be mad if it was 20 CV or Magna Cut. I'd be fine with either of those. But the revision B on this looks fantastic with that updated deployment hole. And if you can wait 30 days, I trust TRM to come through on this. Like, there's some companies out there where I'm like, I don't know if I'd trust a pre-order. TRM is going to be shipping these in August. And I desperately want one. I want one of these with the lizard skin titanium scales. 100%. The revision B. Yep. It says right here, order now to reserve yours. We expect them to be ready to ship in August. That's less than 30-day runtime at this point. Like, that could, like, keep in mind, this could be their release of the year. And they also did a frame lock version of the Neutron this year, which has been wildly popular. This one might be a better release. Like, that's an incredible craftsmanship coming from them. I want one. I want one. I want one. Dolomite says, my Micro Jimbo 15V wasn't flat. Not a huge deal to me, though. Yeah, it's actually really hard to get a perfectly flat Wharncliffe based on how they're ground. That's why it's one of those unspoken things that I'm severely impressed by when I see a perfectly flat Wharncliffe. Check out a my Yojimbo 2 was perfectly flat. Matt Maurer says, I live right next to TRM, but could never afford one. I know how you feel. I am in Chris Reeve's backyard. I want to say the Chris Reeve knife company is less than 3 miles away from where I live. I live closer to Chris Reeve than I do the local UPS store. How crazy is that? Mick says, I really want a TRM to do a knife with the thumb stud and blade cutout. Ooh, like a combo, like a thumb stud deployment hole combo. That could be cool. Absolutely. Ed says, that's an uninspired hole. It has not passed the test for Ed. That is a beautiful hole, and you know that. That's not uninspired at all. At all. Stop busting my balls, Ed. You know I'm right. That's beautiful. That's gorgeous. You're a fan of TRM. I don't believe you for a second. Matt says, I'm trying to visit CRK when I'm out there this weekend. Do it, man. Absolutely. I need to bother them about a blade update. I talked to their customer service people months ago, and they said, yeah, we would update your small Sebenza 21 from S35VN to Magna Cut. Chris Reeve is one of those knife companies doing right by Magna Cut. So I asked them how much it would cost, and they said for a blade update, $100. $100 to update my Sebenza 21. My small Sebenza 21 $100 blade update. It's 15 years old. Think about that. It's 15 years old. It's crazy, man. Oh, he said it was inspired. That's my bad. Apparently, I can't read good. It says reread that. Okay, hold on. Where is it? Sierra Rick says, reread Ed B's comment. Hold on. My chat. Why is my chat all messed up? That's an inspired hole. There we go. Every time I see Ed B talking about holes, I just, in my brain, I'm like, oh, there he goes again, talking crap about Spyderco. Fair enough. Apparently, I can't read good today. Craig says, I live in the same town as the Schrade family, but nobody cares, and to be honest, neither. Oh man, isn't Schrade one of the first makers of like automatic out the front knives in the US? Aren't they? Mick says, please TRM do a stud cutout combo frame lock. That could be cool. Yo, Wicked Dreams. What's up, man? Jim, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good rest of your night. We'll catch you on the flip side. What's up, Mike? He says $2,600 and only a half dress. It's the tariffs. I'm telling you, man. The tariffs. The tariffs have like raised prices on those knives a lot. A lot. Anyways, I'm really excited about this. I might try to get one of these because I really, really want one. That looks amazing. It really does. I think that they have got it right on that. All right, what else is new? Let's do, we haven't checked out USA Made Blade today. Let's do that. Let's see what's new. Anything cool? LMF scale for a ZT knife. Don't have any ZT knives. They got some McNees PM Mac 2s. Koenig Mini Goblin. Let's go with, we got some less George. Rockwall flipper with stonewashed MagnaCut contour titanium handle. This is the new one, right? This is the new bigger Rockwall. I might have to check out one of these newer Rockwalls because they made them bigger apparently. Yep, this time it's bigger and better and a flipper. Talk about contoured handle scales. How big is it now? 8 inches overall. Okay. Still very much a gentleman's carry though. It's almost a stamp clip, almost a wire clip. And they want $330. You know what? That's nearly a full-size knife, American made, contoured titanium handle scales. We know that they do justice with MagnaCut. Yeah, 6364. Titanium hardware. $330 is a super fair price for that. That is a super fair price for an American made titanium / MagnaCut knife. T8 hardware everywhere. I might have to break my, I didn't like the original Rockwall because I felt like it was too small and too slender. But that, now that they've made it bigger, might have to get one. All right, what else is new? What else is new? Attention to Detail Mark II with the Hyatsu Rising Grind. They've got the Harpoon Tanto 3-inch Hinderer XM18. If only these attention to detail knives weren't so expensive. You got the Chalet or Shellet custom knives, Gur S30V. S30V is not cheap to get anymore. Not that it was ever super cheap, but it's only gotten more expensive recently. All right. Nothing that's really blowing my socks off here, except for the fact that for the first time in a long time, I'm actually considering getting a Rockwall. Now that they have a bigger full-size version, I might have to make that happen. What else? Well, let's do NC Blade. What's new over at NC Blade? We'll do new products. That's kind of cool. The Cerakote there. I mean, it is the polymer handle scales. And I got to say, guys, like, another video that I have coming soon is on the Hogue Deca. And I picked one of these up because I've got some scales to slap on here, because in case you didn't know, polymer handle scales suck. They're really good if you really prize the lightweight nature of plastic. But if they don't feel quality, I said it. Polymer handle scales do not feel quality. I justify the buying of knives that have polymer handle scales if you're following it up by replacing the scales with literally almost anything else. G10 is a big upgrade. Aluminum's a big upgrade. Titanium's a huge upgrade. Carbon fiber's a big upgrade. Love the blade on here, by the way, on the Deca, on the Hogue Deca. But these handle scales are hot garbage. Just a little outburst. Don't mind me. Ooh, we got some very patriotic heretic pariahs. Look at that. We've also got some very patriotic Medfords. DLC S90V drop point, billowing flag engraved. Ooh, they got the new Spyderco smock. There you go. NC Blade's got one. So something I've been really interested in lately has been this double-edged drop point style blade on the Scarab 2 Gen 3s. Like, look at that. It's not a perfect dagger. It's a different type of double-edged blade. It looks kind of like it's straight back. And they've got some with the non-serrations too. But I'm super curious about that blade shape. It looks really aggressive. Wow, they've got the Poikilo Alchem Midtech. This knife is bananas. This is one of those knives that you make not because you imagine somebody would be opening up their Amazon packages with, but you make it to show that you can. It's like a transformer sword that was shrunken into a pocket knife size. I've always been super curious about this, but you pay for that curiosity, man. It's $1,350. Bananas. The action is a gravity wrist flick. Okay, Megatron. Ooh, they got some other Poikilos too. They got the Blade Zen S1, the Tuna Mini. They've got the small prism. Looks good. I really appreciate that blade shape on the small prism. M398, 8.8. It's almost 9 inches long. It's $670. Prism small mid-tech titanium with Damascus accents and pearlescent stonewash. This one looks crazy. I love a good harpoon. Love a good poon. And it's kind of like a harpoon drop point. That's a slick looking knife. Look, is that Yep. Satin finish on the handle scales. Ooh, $500. Mid-tech dark stonewash. Here's a topic of discussion. Is Poikilo the new Riot? Are they? Look at that backspacer. I'm very, very curious about this knife specifically. It looks like you can adjust the thumb stud. You can move it up a notch. That's cool. What else? What else? ProTech TR3 Integrity Relic handle scales. I want to get an Integrity TR3 Integrity, but I want the ones with the dragon skin or the dragon scale milling. I know what I want. I know what I want. They got the Medusa. Okay. All right. Lots of Poi Kilo, lots of Microtech, lots of Heretic. Got it. Mick says, we all like that good poon. You're a good man, Mick. You know what I'm talking about. Craig says, no rolls. That Poikimo is the knife you make for someone that has opened their mind to LSD. Vic says, I just got my aluminum silver crewwear smock and it's awesome. Awesome, man. I love the new smocks. The new smocks with the bigger pivots seem snappier. They seem a little bit better tuned than the older smocks. Maybe it's in my head, but I promise you they feel different. Mick says, a Poi Kilo is a step above Riot, if you ask me. I haven't experienced any of them yet. I need to, though. Joshua Lynch, what's up, man? He says, NC Blade, check out that Scarab grenade that has the serrations on the wrong side. Good for a lefty. I hadn't thought about that. Had not thought about that. All right, guys. Well, with all of that being said, I am working on getting another episode out, which is going to be landing tomorrow. So if you want to know what's coming up next, I've got several videos in the works. I've got expensive knives. I've got inexpensive knives. I've got American-made knives in the works. So if you're wondering what's next on the channel, that's what's next. Lots of episodes. I'm hoping to clear my review table so I can do some other like non-knife review episodes, because I have a lot of fun delving into the other topics that other knife enthusiasts like myself enjoy talking about. So that's exciting. I'm trying to clear the review table. Will it happen? Every time I think I get close, I get proven wrong. Something new and exciting ends up in my mailbox. Guys, that's going to do it for me tonight. The next live stream will be this Saturday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is 9 p.m. Central, which is 10 p.m. Eastern, which is 7 p.m. Pacific. I'm going to be over in the Only Spartans Discord. So for those of you over there, I'll see you soon. And for everybody else, have a great rest of your week. We will see you later.